Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share 5 Lightroom tools which people either do not notice or they just tend to forget. But trust me, those tools are going to make your life much easier and make your post-processing workflow much quicker. So let's go through them one by one. Now, looking at this picture, you might not notice there is anything wrong with it, but I can tell you the horizon line, basically the line which separates the grass and water, is not completely straight. And I can show you by going to the crop tool. By the way, this is not just a crop tool, but this is crop and straighten tool, and people tend to forget about the straighten part. So now you see the ruler icon, you click on it. This is called straighten tool. You just drag the line on the same line, same separating line, which is the horizon line in my image, and that's it. Now it has become much straighter than it was before. You can see the angle has changed from 0 to negative 1.30 because it has adjusted itself. And I feel that instead of manually doing the adjustment, I think this is much quicker and this is much more accurate as well. So that's the tool number one, which is the ruler. The second tool is also hidden inside the crop and straighten itself. And right now you can see this picture is divided into 3 vertical and 3 horizontal parts, right? This is basically you compose and crop it based on the rule of thirds. Um, but there are more options than this, and you'll get those by pressing the key O or pressing O on your keyboard. So if you press O, it will cycle through different crop options, and you can see here there are multiple options available, like this spiral one or this one, which will show me how my picture would look like if I have to crop it 4 by 5 aspect ratio or 5 by 7 or 2 by 3 for that matter. So just pressing O will give you more choices. So that was the tool number two. Coming to tool three, which is hidden inside the spot healing brush. Again, in this picture, you might not notice anything wrong. It's a beautiful picture of open build stork in flight, and there's a lot of negative space, but there's a small distraction, and I can show you by clicking on the spot healing brush, and you see the visualize spots is checked. So if you uncheck, there's nothing noticeable here. But if you check it, it will reveal the spots in your image. And there is one such spot, which is probably the insect flying by. I can click on it, and Lightroom will choose automatically the appropriate area to patch, and I'm done. So basically, people use this tool to detect the sensor spots, the dust spots on the sensor. Fortunately, I do not seem to have any dust particle on my sensor, which is good. But I can make use of this tool to remove the distractions like this one. So this was the Visualize Spots tool. Now the fourth tool is hidden inside the details. It's not actually hidden, it's right there. So this detail panel, which we use for sharpening and reducing the noise in the image. So suppose I want to sharpen this image, I will move this amount slider towards right, and it will sharpen not just the bird, but the background as well. And I do not want to sharpen my background, obviously. So how to avoid this? There is this masking slider given here. Now, if I just move it, you will not notice anything in the image, but instead, if you press the Alt key or the Option key on your Mac and then move this slider, then notice what happens. The image turns black and white. So this is the same concept of masks in Photoshop if you are familiar with that. So basically, the blacks do not get affected, only the white parts of the image get affected. So here, only the white spots will be sharpened, not the black spots or the black part in the image. Now, coming to the fifth and final tool, it's hidden inside the HSL panel. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and luminance. So suppose I want to enhance the colors on the back of this bird. I would normally uh, go to the sliders. I will probably move this orange slider towards right, and I'll see if that is enhancing my colors in the image or not. Yes, it did, but I would like to still enhance more. So now notice this particular color on the back of the bird might not only be orange, it might be the mixture of orange and yellow and reds and whatnot. So instead of manually moving these sliders, there is this small button which says adjust saturation by dragging in the photo. So if you click that, your mouse pointer will turn into the crosshair and you can select or pinpoint the part in the image, the colors of which you want to enhance or reduce. So if I want to enhance these colors on the back, notice how red and orange sliders are moving. Similarly, if I want to darken the image, I can do the same trick for the luminance also. If I want to darken this part, I can click on it and move it down. So see how the blues and purples are coming down. So instead of doing it manually, this is much easier. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new and you'll use these tools in your post-processing workflow. So keep shooting, keep taking pictures, and enjoy post processing. Thanks again. Bye.